Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we are making some sweet bread. This is a simple and easy recipe. It's going to, we're going to be using some sweetened condensed milk, some eggs, some sugar, some flour, some regular milk, let's see, some yeast, some butter, and some salt, and that's simply it. It's very quick and very easy to pull it together. You do have to let it sit for about 60 minutes before you pop it into the oven, but let me tell you something, it is so well worth it, and it is so fluffy, so delicious, so it's amazing. But I want to go ahead and share this with you because I like it, and you know what I always say, if I like it, I know you're gonna like it. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, this is gonna make 2 loaves of bread, and trust me, you're gonna want both of them. But I've got 2 of my little baking dishes here, my little pan loaves that we're gonna use. And I preheated my oven. Actually, I'm doing it now, but I'm putting it on warm. I'm just gonna leave it on just for a couple minutes, and I'm gonna turn it off because what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this rest for me in the oven, because it's so cold outside today that I don't think it's gonna have time to, you know, do its magic if I don't. But you wanna start out with 1 cup of just regular milk, and you're gonna add that right to your bowl. And then you're gonna add about 1/4 cup get a little spoon here. A 1/4 cup of sweetened condensed milk. Now make sure that you get the sweetened condensed milk, not the evaporated milk, because it will not turn out the same. Make sure you get every little bit of that in there. Oh, I'm telling you what, if you haven't, you know, licked your fingers after, you know, messing with that, you don't know what you're missing. And then we're going to use about 1/4 cup of sugar, 1 egg, and you guys, I let my milk and my egg come to room temperature. I think that's important. And then you're going to use about 2 1/4 teaspoons of the rapid yeast. You want to make sure that it's rapid. And then we're just going to mix that together. Once you start getting this mixed together and incorporated, you can go ahead and start adding your flour. So we're going to add 3 cups of flour to this. Go ahead and do it a little bit at a time if you, you know, if you want to. You don't have to dump it all in there at once. Just, see, it's already warm. It took like, I don't know, 2 minutes to warm my oven up. But I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off because I don't want it hot in there. I just want it, you know, warm enough to let this do its magic. If you wanted to do this in your standing mixer, that's quite all right. I wouldn't suggest the, you know, hand mixer. Just going to keep incorporating that. Go ahead and toss your salt in here. That's a teaspoon of salt. Make sure you do that before you get all your flour in there. It'll make it easier to incorporate. Now I want you to go ahead and add about 1/4 cup of very soft butter, and then just continue to incorporate that into your little dough ball. I'm going to pour just a little bit of oil in there. About a tablespoon and a half. Vegetable, canola, whatever. I wouldn't recommend using, you know, olive oil. And then I'm just going to coat that ball of dough with that oil. Now we're going to take some saran wrap. You all know already, this stuff is not my friend. Just always gives me a hard time. And then we're going to make sure that we cover this well. And then I had turned the oven on warm, turned it back off, and it's just nice and warm and toasty in there. So it will be perfect. It's gonna rise for an hour in an undrafty place, let it double in size, and then we'll get this baby ready to go in the oven. All right, my dough is looking fantastic. I had it in my warm, draft-free oven for about an hour. I'm gonna unwrap it. It looks amazing. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna flour our work surface. Just go ahead and flour. I'm using my countertop. I get a lot of slack for not using, you know, cutting boards and all that, but to each their own. Yeah, just make sure that your surface is clean. My dogs are wanting to go out. Of course, I get flour on my hands and they want to go out. They can wait just a second. Oh, the dough is nice, beautiful. And we're gonna plop it right on our counter. And then we're just gonna start working some of that flour from the counter in. Guess what? I gotta go let my dogs out. I'll be right back. It's always something around here, you know? That is beautiful. Now, we're not really gonna knead this because the more you knead it, you know, the tougher it gets. So we're just gonna cut it right in half. Or you could roll it out and then cut it, however you wanna do it, but this is what I'm doing. And again, make sure your counter is nice and floured, and then we're just gonna roll this out. That dough is absolutely beautiful. Don't you agree? You want to roll it until it's nice and flat. And hey, if you don't have a rolling pin at home, take you a nice big, you know, hard plastic cup and do it that way. You're going to have the same effect. Now, hopefully my counter was floured enough. And just take it and roll it. I'm trying to make sure that I'm, you know, getting all this. And bring it back here where you can see it. And then just, I'm going to stretch it over and then just pinch the edges. Just kind of, you know, push those in. I don't really know the term for it. Just pinch it closed together. Then once you get it where you want it, that's perfect. That is perfect. I'm going to take a little knife. Well, you know what? I can use this one. And we're going to score it. We're not going to cut all the way through it. About halfway. That's perfect. A little bit more there. Now, you're going to take your loaf pan and then you're just going to set it right in there. And I'm going to get the other one rolled out and do exactly the same. And then once you're done, I want you to look at that. You see what happens? Now you know why we're not friends, me and this saran wrap. You're just going to cover it again. And then you're going to let it sit for another 30 to 45 minutes. I know. It seems like a long process, but it's really not. Just think of all the things that you could be doing, you know, while you're waiting for your bread to rise. Sweeping, doing the dishes, doing some laundry, taking a nap, you know, whatever. We're going to let this sit for about another 30 to 45 minutes until it increases in size again, and then we're just going to bake it. That's it. Trust me, the reward is going to be so delicious. You're going to like this. Look at that. Look how it has risen. I have got my oven on 350. You're going to bake this at 350. But before we bake it, I'm going to show you something luscious we're going to do with it. Look at that. Look how much that rised. or rised is not really a word now, is it? Now what you're going to do is you're going to take 1 egg. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for this. You're going to take 1 egg. We're going to do an egg bath over top of it, just so it will, you know, get all nice and delicious. And I'm so excited. I don't even know what I'm doing here. And golden brown. Look at that big old fork for that. Egg bath. We're going to call it an egg bath. And then you're just going to brush it right over the top of these. And it's going to make it turn nice and golden brown. Look at that. This is going to be absolutely delicious. I cannot wait for this. Like I said, it seems like it's a long time to pull this together, but it really takes literally 5 minutes to make it. And then you could always, you know, you could find something to do while it's waiting to rise, right? Am I right? Watch your favorite soap opera, you know. Check out another In the Kitchen with Sandy video. You know, I've got so many on here that you could watch so many of them just waiting for this bread to rise. All right, now that's perfect. Let me get that off there. Oh gosh, I can't wait for this. Now, look at that again. Look how beautiful. I'm going to pop this in the oven. Once again, we're going to do it at 350 for about 20, 22, 23 minutes, somewhere around there. I'll let you know exactly how long I baked it for, and oh, it's going to be so good. My bread is done. It was in the oven for 20 minutes, exactly at 350 degrees, and I'm going to tell you what, I can't even with this. This is absolutely looking amazing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, right. You want to see it too, don't you? Now, we're going to top this off with some butter, and we're going to add a little bit more of our sweetened condensed milk. This is just a couple tablespoons of butter. You're just going to need just enough to drizzle it right over top of it, and I don't know, a good teaspoon of the sweetened condensed milk. Just combine that together. Oh my god, I can't even tell you, my house smells amazing. Something magical about, you know, fresh baked bread, don't you agree? Look at that, look at that. Oh gosh. And we're just gonna go right over the top. I'm super excited about this. And you know, if you wanted to vary this up a little bit, you could dust it with some, you know, cinnamon sugar on top, make it like a cinnamon sugar type bread. If you wanted to add some raisins in the middle of it before you put it in the oven to bake it, you could certainly do that. You know, you could do pretty much anything you wanted to do with it. Oh, all I know is I can't wait to get this in my mouth. I'm just going to place mine on a wire rack to cool. Please come out of there. Oh, please. Oh, hot, 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 hot. Looky there. You know what? It's okay to get excited about your food. Oh, hot, hot, hot. It's perfectly fine to get excited. That's something to get excited about. Am I right? Oh my gosh, can you see that? That is absolutely delicious. You know what? I don't even know if I'm going to tell anybody about this. It's so good. Should spread some butter over it. There is something amazing. I'm sorry, I'm going to talk and chew at the same time. Something absolutely amazing about fresh bread. I don't know what it is. Your house smells amazing. So delicious. You know I love you guys so very much. I hope you give this recipe a try really soon. Your family's gonna love it. You're gonna love it. And I'm so glad I shared this with you because it's so good. You know I love you. I'll see you on the next episode of In the Kitchen with Sandy. Bye. Take care.